Welcome back, fellow Dream Warriors, to Riderpiece Theater. Me, Alistair Dayhawk, and tonight, me proud to present Kamen Rider Zeztz, Episode 7. So we last saw our beloved Dream Warrior, Dream Master Baku. He saw President Bijoji kidnapping his own daughter while pushing his ex-wife out of the way, thinking that living in the prison could, be, family oriented. Like, he's like, hey, Nem, we can't get out, but at least we be together, right? And he runs away, pushes his ex-wife, and goes back through the door, and yeah. And Baku tried to, stop the kidnapping from going any further. You have the machine monster intercepting Baku, and then you have Nox doing his evil talk. And he's like, oh, Agent 7, do you seriously think that you and all the other innocents will be able to escape this prison? You're such a fool. And he adds that you will soon remember your bad dream and whatever that means. And Baku's like so sick and tired of Nox's blah, blah, blah. And he ends up, destroying the machine. And he goes to attend Raiko. They escape the Toei warehouse. Raiko gets tired, and Baku's like, okay, let's put you in a secure area. I'm gonna leave this gadget behind for you to, keep safe, and also to give me a warning in case you're in trouble, so you will be okay. Well, Baku leaves her behind. You see Baku going up the stairs, going through levels, yelling and screaming Nem's name out. And this scene reminds me of The Simpsons, where Homer, Bart, and their friends were running around the stadium trying to search for go watch the game, because in this particular episode from The Simpsons, Homer and Bart goes to the Super Bowl, and they got into jail, and they escape, and they were running around the stadium trying to find the game. So this just reminds me of that. But in any case, after what number of levels that he ran, Baku wakes up, and then we go to the next scene after the opening credits, where he meets up with Zero and just looking for some guidance here, because this is a mission that he has never encountered before. And Zero admits that, yeah, this mission is tricky because he's stuck in a prison. His goal is to escape with all the prisoners, and at the same time, he needs to find the mine's door, but at the moment he can't, because it could be anywhere. But before Baku can say anything else, Mulder and Scully comes bursting into the office, and Zero reverts back to his bike form, and just quickly, mind you. And Baku's like, what the hell? I just talked to you just for a moment. I turned around, and then you're reverted back to your bike form. Yeah. In any case, Baku greets the agents and tells them what happened, which crushes Mulder because he assumed that he solved the case, but Baku says, no, you didn't solve anything, man. That was just, no. And Scully breaks the bad news to Baku, that after meeting with the ex-wife, Scully tells Baku that Nem was in an accident 4 years ago. And this is where Mulder cuts in, and then he claims that, oh, I solved the case this time. And he assumes that, Nem's condition after the crash could have been a career-ending injury, and the president could have just hit her somewhere and not tell the whole world what happened to her. Because if they know, then that's it. Baku gets all crazy. And what I mean by that is Baku is like in disbelief as to, wait a minute, if Nem was in a car crash 4 years ago, how come she appears in ads, commercials, posters? Like, she's literally everywhere in the city of Tokyo, so it doesn't make any sense at all. And, he refuses to believe that Nem is he acts as if, Nem is, his girlfriend or something, because I can't believe it. I refuse to believe that Nem is hurt or dead, and I refuse to believe that. I see her everywhere, that she is alive. I know it. And Scully, again, she's like, well, look, it could be CGI, it could be AI, but here's what I'm telling you. Nem is injured, and if you want to confirm, go look for the ex-wife if you don't believe us. But she didn't say that, but she's just like, look, this is the report, she gave us, and I know it's very hard to believe, but you're gonna have to accept it. Why would the ex lie about this? It's very serious, right? This is where Baku, is determined to find answers. So in the next scene, you see him and his sister Minami in front of the president's agency. And this is where we get a misunderstanding from Minami, assuming that Baku is trying to get a job in the agency just to pester Nem. And it's funny because Minami is like, wait a minute, you're getting a job here at Nem's agency? Are you trying to bother Nem? Are you trying to get close to her like a creep? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Baku is trying to defend himself. Like, no, that's not it at all. I have a job. And you see brother and sister bickering, and you see President Bijoji just looking out from his window with his dog and just looks. And then he appears to break it up, and Baku introduces himself to the president as Agent 7. I know you remember me. And Bijoji confirms that, yeah, I know who you are, and I knew you would come. And Minami is just standing there. I'm like, am I missing something here? Like, who is Agent 7? What the hell is going on? Well, Minami, you will find out later within the year that your brother is a Kamen Rider. He's a secret agent, and he can infiltrate people's dreams. But for right now, yeah, it's crazy right now. So Bijoji meets with them outside, takes them to his office, and we see, they see the creepy, mem shrine. And Bijoji tells Baku what happened 4 years ago. And apparently those two were finishing up a shoot, and they were on the bus, and you see Nem sleeping, and then all of a sudden this white truck of doom just crashes into their bus, and that's how Nem got into this terrible accident. And you see her in critical condition. She looks like she's in a coma. And then what made it even worse is that the body disappeared. Like, when the parents came back to see her again, the body is gone. And Raiko wanted to get the police involved because it is a kidnapping. But Bijoji just flat out said, no, we cannot allow the police to get involved in this, because if word got out that Nem got injured and got kidnapped, then the city will be in chaos. That tells you that Nem really has this reach upon the city of Tokyo and perhaps the entire country, how popular she is. Like, I don't know if she reaches the popularity of like a Taylor Swift or Michael Jackson, like type popularity. That's how popular Nem is. And Bijoji realizes that if word got out, then things will go into chaos. So he figured, hey, let us investigate ourselves without anybody being suspicious and getting the police involved. Let us figure it out. We have the money and so on. But unfortunately, after 4 years and counting, the parents had no such luck in finding Nem's body. So, Bijoji has been suffering ever since. We get back to the office, and Baku gives, what he's learned to the agents, and one of the agents, I think it was Mulder, saying that, look, maybe, we need to spread the word out for Men's disappearance. I mean, regardless if she's dead or alive, we need to search for her. But Baku gets determined, like, look, like, it doesn't matter if she's alive or dead, she is out there somewhere, and I'm determined to find her. Like, you can see that we don't see the goofy Baku anymore. When it comes to Nem's, Nem's return, he's really serious and he's determined to find her no matter what. And again, like, you can tell that he is really, I don't know if I could say in love, but it's just, he's really determined to find her, and he's has that serious look on his face, and and whatnot. Baku returns to Dreamland, and you see Nem and Bijoji, reaching the 99th floor of the prison, and they get greeted by another machine monster, and then Nox appears, and he does another one of his evil talks. And this time, Nox is trying to convince Bijoji that, hey, like, if you want to save Nem, you have to sacrifice yourself in order to save her. And Nox is very, like he is really a dick, because Nox says to Bijoji, like, this awful question, like, what would have happened if you would have sacrificed yourself for Nem that day 4 years ago? Like, what would have happened if you would have died instead of her? And he goes on by saying, like I said earlier, to destroy the machine monster, sacrifice yourself, and Nem will be saved. And Bijoji, without question, just goes in there and tries to attack that thing. And Baku luckily shows up in the nick of time before things get really nasty, and Baku just tells Bijoji, do not listen to this SOB. He is lying to you. It's a trap. He is trying to break your spirit in order for that nightmare to possess your body and cause chaos in the real world. Don't believe his ass. But this is where Nox comes in again, and he pulls this whole, well, are you supposed to be the hero? I'm trying to help this dreamer, to end his suffering. He's been suffering ever since the accident. I'm trying to help him. I'm trying to save him from his suffering. Look what you're doing. You're not preventing his suffering. You're prolonging his suffering. Because I like this whole twist thing, because it just questions Baku, like I'm the hero. I'm supposed to prevent people suffering. But the way Nox puts it, it's like, dude, like, what you're doing is prolonging the suffering, okay? And Nox, fights back, and like I said, and he said, okay, say what you say, it's true, okay? What you're doing is preventing something that the dreamer's subconscious wants, okay? You want this man's suffering to continue? And this is where Baku responds with, well, first of all, we don't even know if Nem is alive or dead. We haven't found her yet. She is missing for God knows how long, 4+ years. So there's hope. Like, he's doing the whole, if I don't see a body, then they're alive. So he's going with that mantra right there. And then, so Baku has this mini fight with the machine, and then Baku has a moment with Nem. He apologizes to Nem, and Nem apologizes to Baku, and she says, look, yes, I'm here in this dream world, but the real me, like, I don't know where my body is. I don't even know if I'm alive or dead. I don't know anything. This is where Baku says, makes this vow that, hey, look, I'm making a vow to you and your father right now that I have a new mission, is rescue Nim. That's what he says. So he does that, and he turns around, faces Nox and his machine army, and he says his mission out loud, which is escape with the prisoners, and I'm on it. And he uses his new capsium, the projection capsium, and he transforms, and he quickly defeats the first wave of machine monsters. And then all of a sudden, he gets a signal from his Zeztz gadget that Reiko is in trouble, and you see on the screen that, Reiko is running from the walls, crashing into her. Like, she's literally running, and you see the walls caving in on her. And so what makes matters even worse for Baku, more machine monsters appear once again. So there's a second wave of it. But Baku is determined, hey, nothing is gonna ruin this mission. I'm gonna rescue all of you. I'm gonna rescue all of us and complete my mission, no matter what. And so Baku discovers, hey, we're in the 99th level. This is the roof. And he discovers that, wait a minute, I think there's a weakness, and he uses his high-tech lenses, and he peers through the roof, and he sees the nightmare's brain, and he discovers, hey, bingo, I found the weakness. So he quickly defeats the second wave of machine monsters. He makes a hole through the roof. He blasts himself through the roof, and he rider kicks the nightmare's brains out, literally, which causes the nightmare creature to disappear. You see this purple butterfly absorbing the purple particles as it flies away. And then you see Baku and the prisoners all together, the family's back together. Well, this is Bijoji's dream. In real world, obviously, they're separated. But in any case, Baku is witnessing, a happy family being together. And then all of a sudden you see Nox from afar saying, Seven, you will someday learn the price of your power. And again, he's speaking in riddles, so we don't know, what does that mean. But in any case, the mission is complete. And then we quickly go back to the real world, where once again Baku meets with the president and makes his promise to him once again that he will find Nim no matter what. And then, speaking of Nim, we get to the last scene where Nox enters a room and we see a bed. And in that bed, it's Nim. So now we discovered what happened to Nim 4 years ago. Nox kidnapped her, and apparently he nursed her back to health because you don't see her bandaged up. And she looks like she's okay. She's just in a coma. And you see all these purple butterflies flying around the room. And Nox ends with, continue guiding these bad dreams, Nim. And you see all these purple butterflies flying around, and that's how the episode ends. So I think I've determined what this arc is going to be about, which is trying to find Nim. Right now, we know that Nox has her. Now, how is Baku's going to find her? We don't know yet, obviously. We're going into episode 8 now. So I get this feeling, again, that the arc is going to be based on Baku trying to find Nim. And how is Nox, using Nim? Because he said that may you guide these bad dreams. So is it possible that these purple butterflies could be connected to Nim somehow? Somehow she is generating these nightmares? I don't know. As of right now, it's a mystery, but at least one mystery has been solved, and Nim is in a coma. I don't think she's in critical condition anymore, because I believe Nox, healed her for over 4+ years. And so, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, I feel bad for Mulder once again because, his second attempt of thinking that he has solved the case is just thrown out the window now. And you feel bad for the president because in the beginning, for me, I'm just like, you viewed this girl you've seen in the orphanage that, hey, she's worth billions. And I just felt like Nem was nothing more than, just money bags. But but Nem never really told Baku that, hey, my father always been there for me. We've hung out and whatnot. It's just, Yuya made it appear that Bijoji is a deadbeat father. But I can't say deadbeat father, but more of oh, I only see my daughter as a cash grab and that's it. But in this episode, it's revealed that, he's been suffering a lot ever since the accident happened and after the kidnapping. And he's been searching for her ever since. And I don't know what happened to cause him to divorce his wife. But he's been suffering a lot, which is why, his subconscious mind is pretty much he wants to be with Nem forever. And he was living in regret as to it should have been me, that Nem should be alive, walking well and whatnot, and me be in the hospital bed. He is feeling regret because as parents, we all want the best for our kids. We want to protect them from everything in the world, but unfortunately, that's an impossible thing to do. And, it is what it is, but, In any case, I'm going to start rambling, so I have to end this here. Give me your thoughts and opinions about episode 7. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? And give me your thoughts and opinions as to why Nox is keeping Nem. Is she connected to the butterflies, to the nightmares? Give me your thoughts and opinions as to why Nox is keeping Nem. Give a like if you like it. Please subscribe, and I will see you all on the other side of Oblivion. Johnny!